complete showman, despite a 23-hour journey from Mexico. He has already successfully defended his flyweight title twice, and now he is predicting Clinton to be victim number 3. The Scot, he says, has no punch.
Pero no pega, no have punch.
Clinton today wound down his training with 8 days to go. Perez, he says, will get the message when they meet for the first and last time before the fight tomorrow morning.
I like to meet the person before I fight him, to see his manner, of just little things you can pick up when you meet someone for the first time, you know. It tells you something, you know. So he'll not like meeting me, but I'll enjoy meeting him.
You seem unbelievably confident, Pat, if I can say that to you.
It's not, a lot of people have said that to me. It's actually just, it's self-belief, it's belief in myself, you know. It's not that I'm taking anything from Perez. I know how good I am when I get into the ring. At the end of the day, it's my job, and I look forward to it. I love being in the ring and doing what I'm good at.
24 hours after the little Mexican flew in for the WBO title fight, he came head-to-head with Croy's Pat Clinton. Perez comes with 3 successful defences under his belt, but this is the first time he's travelled to Europe. Clinton says he's never been in better shape, and all his hard training is over. He describes the Mexican as a worthy champion, but is confident he will take the crown next week.
Fought 19 fights and knocked 9 out, you know, so it's nearly 50% record. He's got a higher record, he's fought more fights, but I mean, anyone can knock a bum out, you know. I mean, some of the fighters he's fought, I mean, I've never even heard of before, so anyone can beat somebody that's a nobody, you know. So, as I say, fighting a good fighter, we'll see how he comes against that.
And the big crowd behind you?
Well, certainly, I mean, that's me, it gives me 3 or 4 hours of a start right away, so it'll lift me up there above the sky. Sky's the limit.
There. The world flyweight champion Isidro Perez has claimed that Scotland's Pat Clinton is a dirty fighter, and he's asked the referee to look out for illegal use of the head by Clinton during Wednesday's fight in Glasgow. The Clinton camp has dismissed the Mexican's outburst, preferring to continue in their quietly confident vein. Included in the busloads of supporters travelling from Clinton's home village of Croy will be 8 of Pat's 9 brothers and sisters. Only William will miss the biggest night so far in younger brother Pat's career.
St Maurice's High School near Croy is where Pat Clinton's sporting abilities began to be taken seriously 16 years ago. At that point, though, the world flyweight contender had another career in mind.
I thought a jockey, actually. I thought a jockey. Because although he had the talent for the football, I didn't think his heart was really in that. And as a youngster, his heart was certainly set in being a jockey. So I thought that's where his career would have played.
This is the trophy which Clinton and Perez will fight for on Wednesday. Today, as the 2 American judges for the fight were introduced to the media in Glasgow, the champion, through his sombreroed interpreter, called on the referee to keep a watchful eye on Clinton's use of the head in close combat. Back at the Croy Miners Social Club, Clinton's brother Michael was dismissing the champion's comments.
This is all gamemanship before a big fight, things that we're not interested in. And I know during Perez's fight with Galvez, his last fight, he was warned on 13 occasions for low blows, and I've got the video evidence, so, and if he wants to watch any Pat's fights, we'll probably give him after the fight, but not just now.
In all, 4 Clinton brothers and 4 sisters will watch Pat fight on Wednesday. Only William's absence prevents all 9 cheering on the 10th and youngest member of the family. Brother Peter says Pat won't be lacking in support, physical or spiritual.
I know there's going to be, it's more than Pat Clinton will be in the ring. I mean, my father, God rest him, Uncle Jimmy, Tosh Weldon, James Weldon. There's half a dozen boys will be there in the ring, in spirit with him, plus the crowd at his back. It's going to be unbelievable. And I know Patrick's skill and ability. I mean, it's first class.
Family friend Owen Higney has travelled from his new home in the USA to watch Pat fight.
I think he can win easy.
Why do you say that?
Well, first of all, it's with Croy to start with. And I know his background, his father, God rest him, and his uncles. I know all the family. And if he's as good as his father, I think he can win.
The oldest regular in the Croy Miners Social Club has watched Pat's career from day one.
First time I seen him win a championship was in Meadowbank, you know.
And that was when he was still a youth boxer?
Aye, I think he was about 15 or 16 at that time.
Now, when you were watching him as an amateur, did you think he had the potential to go all the way to the top?
Oh, I think he's the greatest, you know.
It's a very difficult fight, and being honest, even money. Both fighters, I would say.
In a little under 4 hours' time, Pat Clinton will step into the ring behind me here for the 20th and most important fight of his professional career. The former undefeated British and European champion will finally square up to the Mexican Isidro Perez for the World Boxing Organisation's version of the World Flyweight title. Earlier this afternoon at a city centre hotel, there was drama as Clinton weighed in at exactly 8 stones and Perez, the champion, weighed in at a pound over.
Step one, Pat.
No such problems for the challenger Pat Clinton, right on the flyweight limit. The challengers' camp knew they had their man in the peak of condition.
He's toned his weight down just a wee bit at a time. Times in the past he's maybe let it slap a pound or two, but this one's spot on.
Has he even contemplated the possibility of losing, Michael?
No, never. We've done our homework, and I assure you. It's something we always do. That's why Pat's done so well through his career. Even in the amateur days, we checked out fighters, checked out videos of them, done our homework, and it's paid dividends. And I think you'll find tonight we're the biggest dividend in the lot.
Right, Isidro Perez is 8 stone, 1 pound. 1 pound to get off. 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours.
Well, 3 times during the following 2 hours, Perez came back to the scale. The first time he was 7 ounces over, the second time he was still 4 ounces over, and the third time, with not a minute to spare, he was bang on the mark.
All right, step off.
So, a much-needed refreshment for the champion, but the challenger had taken no such chances with his weight.
That was true professionalism, the way Pat came in this morning. The boy came in at 10 o'clock, checked his weight, and then spent the last 3/4 of an hour in my office alone. Because he became a wee bit of a recluse the last few days because he wants to have a time to contemplate. It's a big risk for being the World Flyweight Champion. A lot of our destiny lies in Pat's hands tonight. I can only try and create the situations which I'm pleased that we've managed to do. I'd like to think that we can help a lot of other young fighters along the way. But on this occasion, we've left no stone unturned. Every I's been dotted, every T's been crossed to make sure that Pat's going to win the world title.
So as you can see there, the confidence in the Clinton camp is high. It's all now down to the 2 men in the ring. From the Kelvin Hall, it's back to the studio.
Hazel, there's been some drama today.
There certainly has, Alan, because Mexican champion Isidro Perez came within minutes of losing his world title even before a punch was actually thrown. It all happened at today's weigh-in. Pat Clinton had no problems, but the Mexican champion failed to make the 8-stone limit. He was given a 2-hour deadline to shed the weight or face the humiliation of forfeiting his title, regardless of the outcome of tonight's fight.
Perez paced the floor before the weigh-in. He knew he had a problem, and so it proved. 4 times the champion tried to step down before being properly measured. While his management quibbled about the calibration of the scales, their man finally came in at a full pound over the limit and was given 2 hours to sweat it off. Pat Clinton, though, missed the drama. He'd already weighed in, dead on 8 stones, and quickly left the scene for lunch at Celtic Park. He would have been having an afternoon siesta by the time Perez finally made the weight. After another 2 failed attempts on the scales, sessions in a sauna, and sprints in a plastic suit, the Mexican was clearly relieved, but denied he'd been weakened by the affair.
There's
no doubt at all. He is completely sure of retaining the title. But when the day arrived, the main difficulty was the weather. It was too cold and humid. So that was the main problem.
I think it's bad management. Bad in his trainer's part for a man to come in so much overweight. Pat was spot on this morning. We done trial weigh-ins at 9:30 this morning before we left Croy. Pat was spot on. We were well prepared for this.
The psychological damage that's been done today to the boy would certainly, I would think, be in Pat's favour.
Pat Clinton himself chose to reserve all his energies, refusing to utter a word to anyone. He'll do his talking tonight in this ring in the Kelvin Hall. Everything's been done to help literally smooth his path towards becoming Scotland's 6th world champion. Jim Watt became the 5th with a victory in the same venue against Alfredo Pitalua. Those were never to be forgotten scenes, and who knows, 13 years on, they may soon be repeated.
Well, in just over 3 hours, Pat Clinton will step into this ring, cheered on by 2,500 people and a huge television audience. He'll be piped into the arena to the strains of Scotland the Brave. Ronnie Brown will then lead the singing of Flower of Scotland. The atmosphere is sure to be very special indeed, and it remains to be seen how both boxers cope in it. And you'll be able to see every punch live on BBC Scotland on One tonight in a special sports scene programme. There'll also be action from the Liverpool-Genoa UEFA Cup match. It all starts at 10 o'clock. I do hope you'll join us for that. With that, it's back to the studio.